Mike Jones here with Ken's. My brother and I, Kenny, own Ken's Stereo Junction. We have a store in Macon and a store in Warner Robins, and for 40 plus years, all we've done is the audio, the video, the car stereo. I mean, we literally have seen technology change over and over again, but guess what's never changed? The reason that we do it. We service what we sell. And what that means to you is we have our own service department, our own technicians, our own installers, like our folks that take care of all of your loves and luxuries of audio, video, car stereo. We do churches, we do security cameras, we do home theaters, we do installations, we do custom, and we build, and boy, do these folks know how to fabricate. You're gonna love this show. It is awesome. Let's get inside and check it all out. All right, in Warner Robins and my Macon location, you know, once a month I do specials for the car audio, ATV, semis. We do a lot of stuff in the 12, I should just say 12-volt world. But anyway, a lot of cool things. But guess what? Let me show you something. I'll kind of flip you around this way. Look what I have. Inventory. That's crazy. It's finally all coming back in from our crazy world. I'm spinning back around. And the idea there is I got Alpine back in. It just took forever. They were shut down for a minute. And I got Alpine, what they call the SS65s back in. This is this speaker right here. This is a 6.5-inch two-way with a rotatable tweeter, so you can aim your sound like I'm aiming it towards you now, as you see right there. It is a polybutyl surround, which handles weather. See right here, handles weather. It's not like a paper cone, and it'll hold at least 150 watts of power. Now, let me just give you just a little bit of juice so you can get an idea about sound quality. I mean, the clarity is on the money. Listen up. You can hear everything. That's nuts. Now that's Alpine, but guess what else? We also got Rockford Fosgate back in stock, and I'm gonna just take you two down to right here. Boom, amazing. Now, the reason I kind of play that particular part of the song is you hear all of the instruments in these speakers. They are distinctly different sounds. Rockford Fosgate, which is Punch. I competed with Punch back in the day. They are amazing at $119 for a pair. The Alpines are amazing at $119 for a pair, which means two. And guess how much the installation is? $0. Now, there is some cars that need adapters and stuff, and we'll go over all that when you come in to make sure you get exactly what you need. So I want you to know these are in stock and ready to go, and I think it's one of the best speakers made. Now, they do make higher versions, like if you're playing higher love and higher versions, but the higher versions I have in stock as well, but I wanted to make sure you saw the affordable stuff first. Now, come this way. In the world of radios, you see my board is starting to fill back up, right? This has been a super duper favorite one. This is Sony. This is AM FM. It's called Mechless. What that means is I have a thumb drive, right? This gives me a way to plug in my phone. This is a way for me to plug in a thumb drive if I do. It has Bluetooth and Bluetooth audio. It has an extra bass button, which is what Sony's very popular for. But it's $199 for a radio that was $299, and it has a 220 watt amplifier built in. So we got radios from $100 to $199. We've got all of the Bluetooth radios from Alpine from $159 all the way up to $259. So just to kind of give you some prices, still the labor is free. And then in the touchscreen world, I got the Pioneers back in. I'm gonna slip down to the next one. I got the Sony back in, right? Here's a new Sony, right? Here's another Sony, that's the 7-inch, back in stock. The Alpine 650 back in stock. This is on sale for $349 right now, which is a great deal. The new Alpine with navigation maps built in, including CarPlay and Android Auto. This was $999, is now $799. Now, before you go, oh my gosh, $799 for a radio, this has all the maps built in, including it has the grid for CarPlay and Android Auto. So it's kind of the best of all worlds. And you would say, why would I want to do that? There may be an area where your cell phone doesn't work and the maps do. So that's very important to know that the GPS maps are built into this particular radio. I'm gonna flip you back this way. In the world of bass packages, I do keep all these in stock. You see all of my subwoofers and stuff in Macon and Warner Robins. I do have subwoofer boxes. I talked about this last month, but I just wanna make sure you know that we're really staying on top of it. Both managers of both stores, Austin and Scott, are staying on top of this thing to make sure that we have plenty of inventory in. We understand how valuable your time is, so we like to schedule and make sure that you're not just sitting up here waiting all day. And another thing about price, we're always the same price as they, meaning online, and the installation is free. I'm gonna point back there to tech support. It's right over the top of our ATV right here. That's a key thing about who we are. Now, I'm not trying to get long-winded. Don't change yet because we're going to a different section in just a second. But we repair. We repair. Now, let me tell you who repairs in all of Middle Georgia. No one. My dad said we build the store, we build a service department, and that's what we do. We service what we sell, and that's why I put that out. No one. and we're the same price as them with free installation. Let's go and check some more goodies out. I will let you know right now that officially I have the greatest job in the entire world. So anyway, here we are in a theater. When you have a tight space, it's when it's best for me to come out and design a theater like this. So this space is an area that most people would say, I got a bonus room upstairs, but this is turned into their theater. We have theater chairs with full-on lighting, and we did full-on Atmos surround. Now, it has to be a kind of a simulated Atmos because of depth. So we have Klipsch speakers flush mount. We have our LCRs here, which means left, center, right. We have our center here, right, our center, which is in here. This creates a height effect. Now, let me kind of give you an idea about Atmos. What Atmos does, which a regular surround sound doesn't do, is it measures height. So when the water was falling, when we were watching Star Wars, you kind of hear it come down from the sky down to when it hits on top of the ship. So the idea behind this is it creates height and more depth. And then our rear speakers got a little funky. I didn't want them to be too low and blast into their ears, so we put them up here in the slant. And these speakers are called the 2800 series by Klipsch. It allows me to actually pivot the horn tweeter in the mid-range to actually get a hot spot. So the idea is, even though I'm mounting the speaker over there, I can kind of dial the sound in, which is why when I was cranking it like that, you could hear it moving throughout the room. As all these speakers placed where they're placed, it allows me to turn them in their carriage to face our seating arrangement. I'll give you a little bit more of a demo, and I'll give you an idea. I'm turning up just a little bit to give you an idea. So we have Klipsch speakers, Yamaha amplifier, Sony 85-inch smart 4K, and a whopping 1,000 watts of bass. Let me let you feel this bass. I'll turn it up just a tad bit here. It is so unbelievable how it shakes the entire house. It's completely crazy. Now, we have one remote control. Here we go. This kind of takes care of everything. So this controls my contour box from Cox or DirecTV or Dish Network. It does our Blu-ray for our smart features. It does our TV. It controls literally everything that you want to control. This is what I do. I like to come out. This is what we do. We are home. This is what we do. We've been doing home theater since day one. And this guy has the best of the best. He and his wife have got the best of the best. Folks, this is what we do. Awesome. 2001 Porsche 911 Turbo with the craziest color combo I have ever seen in my life. Now, the thing you got to remember about 2001 is it didn't have Bluetooth, and you didn't have a good navigation. You didn't have a lot of the creature comforts and safety features that come today. So we have Bluetooth that we've installed, and we put in Alpine's new ILX650, which is amazing. It's an AM/FM radio, of course, but with the USB plug, when you plug in your Android device or Apple device, this becomes your CarPlay. So now I have my text messages will come up on the screen. Everybody I want to call, all of my contacts are built in. I mean, just really nice and simple. And when I go through my tiles, Pandora, Spotify, Napster, everything that on my phone is now available on this, except for motion video like Netflix, which is against the law. Now, the idea behind this radio is it keeps it because most people can operate their phones now, but not their factory radio or whatever. So this kind of gives you the combination of everything together. It has a 200-watt amplifier in it, and it's only $350 plus whatever parts you may need, kits or harnesses. So the cool thing is with your Porsche 911 Turbo, you don't have to get rid of your Porsche. I hear people all the time say, I went and bought a new car because I have to have the creature comforts and the safety comforts, but you don't. You can bring your car right here. This is what we do. Now, sound quality wise, this is through factory speakers, and it still sounds amazing. I mean, that's crazy clear. Really nice. Now, you also, a lot of people will ask me, well, you know, through my CarPlay, how do I adjust a radio? What you got to remember is it's still a radio without that. So if I go into my setup menu here, it does still have bass and treble and mid-range controls. It has a real equalizer and preset tiles for certain types of music that you listen to. So it really keeps it nice and simple to easy. Again, everything on the touchscreen. End of the day, for $350, I don't think there's a better value out there. And as you see, it fits literally like a glove, like a factory piece. And now that you got this really cool, crazy 911 Turbo, you ain't got to get rid of it, and you've got safety features. Also, you can add XM satellite radio to this radio for $99, and you can add a backup camera for $199. So end of the day, we took about 2.5 hours, comes together, as you can see, just like factory. This is what we do. Alpine, Ken's, Porsche, bam. Now, there's a whole bunch of us out there that still play CDs, and there's some of you that just said, what's a CD? And the rest of us have some mixed tape CDs, which is how I used to romance my boo. I'll just put that out there. But in the CD world, folks want to be able to play more than one at a time. And back in the day, carousels like this were a very big part of playing CDs, because you could put in 5 discs and you could mix up all the songs. It kind of sounds like a first-gen iPod, right? I like that they modernized. Yamaha does still make a carousel. They modernized it by putting a thumb drive input right here, so you can plug in your phone in here and the music can filter through, or a thumb drive, and you control the thumb drive with the remote control that comes with this unit. It has what they call Play Exchange, which is cool. So here it is. Here's all my discs, and the other disc can still play while I'm loading other discs up into it. And you right now, if you're not a CD guy, you're that's ridiculous. Just download it or listen to Pandora. I get it, but sometimes you just like things to be your way, which is what this does. Now, this is it's called the CDC 600. We have waited literally months to get these back in stock. They're only $329. So if you like the nostalgic world of your CD, or you just like the crystal clearness of CD, now you can come in and buy a turntable from us. We have them in stock. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway right now. You can buy a 2-channel amp from us if you're not a surround sound guy, you just want some good sound. You can buy a CD player from us. Like this is $329, which is the turntable started at $119 and go up. So it's a real easy way to break all the stuff out of that closet and get your music on. I love that we have these in stock. We got them in both stores, Macon and Warner Robins, and for $329, Yamaha has smoked it. Awesome. All right, we are at Cherry Blossom Car Wash on Bass Road. You probably didn't know there's a brand new car wash on Bass Road in Macon. It's right across from the Chick-fil-A on Bass Road, and these guys do it right. Now, I got super excited, and I did 100% open yet and all that stuff, but man, we did some ridiculous, over 5 megapixel IP-driven cameras all the way through this facility. It's got a pay station back there that has cameras on the pay station that views payment-wise, how it's being done, interaction with clients. This thing is so well thought out by my team that when this thing gets up rocking and rolling and starts cleaning cars, it'd be nice to know that you're protected and he's protected. I'm gonna go in here and show you some views. All right, we are in the IT room. It's a completely locked down, secure area. This is the grid, and I'm just gonna give you an idea of detail. Right, here we go. Here's number one. Check this out. Look at that. This is a sticker on his windshield, man. This is completely crazy. This is a brand new series on the IP side. Hold on, let me give you another detail. Hold on, ready, right here. Look, this is so he can watch the internal mechanics of the car. Look at the detail. What the sheriffs tell me, whether we are Houston County or Bibb County or Peach County, they tell us they want at least 3 views of an incident or a bad guy when it happens. Well, to have 3 views, you gotta have enough views to get 3 views, and you gotta have a camera that will give you the detail. All this matters when you're talking about cameras. It is so important to have this kind of detail. This is called our Halo Ring. This is something that we created ourselves. And what it allows us to do is we put in some IP-driven cameras, and they're over 5 megapixels, and they have this amazing day-night view, which means it can handle all the moisture. It's completely all weather. And the idea behind this is you have a 7-camera grid. So if you'll see me right here, when the car comes in right here, the idea is if there was damage on the vehicle before it goes into the car wash, the idea is this is, from a liability standpoint, this thing will see the bottom of the door, the sides, the glass, and then we got one up here that sees the roof right here. See right here hanging down. So the idea behind this is we see a full view of the vehicle. So that way, if it did get out the other end of this thing and for some reason something got scratched that wasn't there, then obviously the owner can do right by the folks that own the car. But if it was already scratched before it got in here, then that also protects the owner and the car owner, which is cool. When we design the system, it's all about protecting the investment, which is super cool. I want to remind you that we have a sound room in the Macon and the Warner Robins store. We carry SV Sound, and we carry Klipsch speakers, Yamaha and Sony. We carry a lot of the Klipsch and a lot of the SV Sound speakers. Their subwoofers are all included. But folks that are just into music, it's worth coming in and listening to it. Usually someone in the relationship doesn't like a big giant tower speaker and somebody does. That's when we go to in-wall speakers or flush mount speakers or satellite speakers or speakers you can mount up in the roof. And you just see back there, I got a demo where you got speakers kind of mounted up on the wall that gives you different ideas of sizes. But end of the day, it's kind of a no replacement for displacement, if that makes sense. So when you come in, just go into the Macon and Warner Robins, and we'll pair your phone if you want to do music, bring your own CD, and just kind of sit. We got some comfortable chairs we can sit down and kind of just, you can kind of just kick back, and listen to it and kind of visualize it in your own living room. Again, the price is easy. I'm the same price as Klipsch online or SV Sound online, but I have it in stock and you can have it today. So the idea behind that is, if you're a music lover like me, you'll buy one pair of speakers, like people buy Klipsch speakers and they'll have them for 15 or 25 years before they buy another pair. So there's value in that. So I just want you to come in, get your listen on, and we can enjoy that music. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Friday night is my time when you go hit that play button and just relax. That is awesome. Okay, LG has come out with an 86-inch. It is the largest flat panel that you can buy without buying a gigantic video, which we also have one of those in the next couple of infomercials. But this is the 86-inch 4K Smart. It is unbelievable. So let me just show you some graphic as we're doing this. I'll keep the volume down. You have to see this. Let this all go away and I'll show you. This has literally 4,000 plus lines of resolution, 120 hertz native refresh, motion flow. Don't pay attention to this thing, they freak me out too. I'm gonna let Kyle come over here and show you. It has an articulating arm. Because you have a TV that is this big, we have to be able to maneuver it to center up. Look at this. So you can center it up in the living room, right? So it's so super cool. And because it's only 3.5 inches thick, 86-inch TV, bigger than me, big, right? But it's still only 3.5 inches deep. Now it does come with its own feet if you want to put it on a piece of furniture. But in this particular, look at this color. This particular living room setting, we want to be able to turn it towards the seating arrangement. Complementing it with Sonos' new ARC. This is their new Atmos soundbar, but not soundbar. It came from their Playbar series, and you can Wi-Fi connect this to make a zone of music. So I'm gonna turn the music up on the Playbar just so you can kind of enjoy the graphics here a little bit. Check this out, the clarity. It is nuts. We're doing that on a different show. The idea behind this is, now listen, here's the coolest thing. 86-inch 4K LG, less than $2,000. Brand new model. Less than $2,000 for an 86-inch. Now it comes with a table stand, but if you do a really big articulating arm mount or wall mount, we do all that stuff. And of course we install. We've been here since 9 o'clock this morning, making his dreams come true. Look at this thing. Let me tell you, people always ask me, you know, where do these things fit? How big do I need to put in my living room? I tell everybody, I told this gentleman, I tell everybody, buy bigger than you think you need. Well, I thought he was going to go to a 70-inch. I didn't think he was going to go to an 86-inch. But at the end of the day, this is a TV we're going to try to keep in stock. I have 10 on order. I got one. It was special order for him. But just know we got them coming. I think LG has absolutely killed it. All right, Kawasaki Mule. Now, most of the time, we've done like 5 in a row here in the last week or so. They come in looking like this. They usually come to us brand new. That's a Defender. They usually come brand new. But this gentleman basically pulled his out of his environment, as you can see, and said, I gotta have sound and I gotta have sound now. So we'll let you walk in right here. And so what we did is, keep in mind, this vehicle doesn't necessarily have a proper speaker pod. A lot of times people will put a clamp up here and we'll do what they call a pod, or type of a enclosed speaker up here, and they'll either fire them back or fire them forward. And it is louder that way, but it is also right up on your ear, so you kind of get the bad end of the deal when you really crank it up. So we'll go way back here, and then it's bad on their end. So what he said is, I want everything down low, so we did have to modify this vehicle. So first modification is to put the Rockford Fosgate head unit, which is an all-weather Bluetooth piece. We built this kit because it was just a pocket. It didn't have anything in there. And this is the nicer of their head units. This is about $330, but it has an amplifier built in and Bluetooth. And as you see, the album art shows up in color versus in black and white. So it works really, really nice and it's clean. And again, if he decides to watch this, he can spray it down with a water hose. It makes no difference to that. It is completely made for that. Now, down here, this is JL Audios, and these are called the M3s. Now, these are an all-weather two-way speaker. They come in two. You can actually get these in 2 different types of grills, called Classic or what they call Sport, and they come in 2 different finishes as well. They also can take a full-on water hose, but he wanted a lot of sound, so we did 2 in the front, had to modify. Again, that's not a speaker location. And if we go here to the back, we put 2 more right here. What you would say is when they're down low, you're going to have a lot of sound. Well, the amplifier in that Rockford Fosgate head unit, not a separate amp, is built in. It's amazing. Well, the efficiency of these all-weather marine type speakers are so awesome that it kind of makes it where, well, I'll give you a little.
No other place we gotta be. Just out here living our best life. Forget that everyday stress. Life's gonna be one of those best nights. Coming better than the rest night. Cause all I wanna do is just slide up next to you. Find that shooting star, make kisses. Lord, I love them kisses. Cause girl, you're the only one for me. No need for us to hide. Let's turn you and I into we and us. Come on, baby, let's ride.
Again, $330 for the head unit, $230 speakers. When you modify like this, there is a little bit of labor involved, but it's so much better than doing it yourself, and we back it up. We lifetime warranty the installation, and then the manufacturer's warranty is our warranty, except what? You don't have to send it off. So if you ever had an issue, we swap it out brand new. All right, I want you to keep us in mind when you're out there looking for a new flat panel, especially you do-it-yourselfers, because we do keep wall mounts in stock, tilting, articulating arm, all types, even mantle mounts. We keep those in stock, and we keep sizes anywhere from 32 all the way up to 86. There's a segment, hopefully, that went into this show where we put in the first new LG 86, and it dwarfed me standing next to it. It was hilarious. Now, from an area of pricing, I want to let you know, the LG 75-inch right now that is $999 online is $999 in Ken's and Macon and Warner Robins. The Sony, which I think is probably the best picture that I've seen, let this thing flip back around. The Sony 75-inch is just amazing color. This is $13.99. That's the same price it is online, which is really, really nice. And then the Samsung next to it, have a nice little 4K demo going right here. And that right now has been $10.99 most places, and we're the same price as everybody on that. I just put that out there because you folks are buying a lot of 75-inch TVs lately. We do carry 55s all the way down from $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. $4.99 is really the nicer end of that stuff, and I'm kind of flippy this way. And 65 has become quite the norm. This is a 65-inch if you'll just look at the size of me. So when you measure to see if it'll fit on your wall or on your mantle before you come over to buy one, you're gonna need about 58 inches. So it's 58 inches this way, 65 inches this way, and you wanna make sure you measure that to make sure, you know, we want it to be a little bit bigger than you think, but we don't want it to be the only thing you ever see when you walk into the room. We have our own design and installation team, so if you need it hung up over the mantle or whatever. I had a guy from Warner Robins that called through our Warner Robins location, and he said, yeah, I got a stone fireplace, I'm not gonna mess with it, will you do it? Well, it took us about 2.5 hours to get everything in place, but the stone that we removed was about this big, and we made it where if he ever takes the TV in, the stone can be put right back into place. Isn't that cool? So just know I have all the sizes. I'm the same price as folks. And then if you want to kind of get an idea of installation, just talk to one of our associates, one of the Mind Super Scientists, or you can call me. My number's going to come up right here, and I'll come up and design an entire system for you. I charge nothing for the design. I just ask that you do business with us. And that is what we do. 3027 Gray Highway in Gray, Georgia. Why does that address matter? Because of the factory sports training facility. This is a premier sports training facility in Gray. This has opened up in the last month. As you see, they are ready. All sports are represented, and it's for the youth, right? He said, listen, 6-year-olds are already coming in here and taking classes for football, for baseball, soccer. They got basketball players coming here, and you see all the different cages they're set up for the baseball set. They do speed and agility classes. What's cool is, well, what's cool on our part is the sound is unbelievable, right? We've got big, massive PV speakers up here. We have 500 watts of power, and obviously you can hear it. We can really jam it, but I want you to be able to hear me as well. You're probably seeing a cutaway of the security cameras. So when you bring your kids out here, and they have true instructors and coaches, I mean, people that are certified to do what they do, to help your kids to go to the upper 90, 95, 99% of being a great athlete, right? This waiting area for all them, this has a net, and that way you don't end up in harm's way. But at least they have a place back there where you can kind of sit down while your child is training. Well, if you're like me, you're like, you know, beating on the net, you know, go, you know, but if you want to just sit back, they got ESPN or whatever they're going to have over on the panel over there. So we got sound. We got a way, if you're going to be here for a little while, just kind of kick back for a second and watch your child. So the Factory Sports Training Center in Gray, I mean, I'm just honored to be a part of this world, but it's nice to know that when you bring your kid here, from our end of it, you got safe and secure, you've got sound, you've got instructors on their end, right? They've really thought through this. If you have a child that needs to be in the athletic side of things, 3027 Gray Highway Sports Training Center right here. This is where it's at. This is amazing. You saw the beginning, the pre-wire. Here we are in Paris, Florida. We're almost there. This is us here. You can see Gene putting speakers in. You got screens, we got projectors, we got laser technology. Everything is in place. Microphones. I mean, we are literally right now. You're seeing a cutaway of all the hallways of this place, all the Sunday school rooms, the K5, their youth area. We're putting mag locks in. I mean, this is ridiculously done. Again, Paris, Florida, which is down near Tampa. And the cool thing about this, it was just a simple referral from somebody in Dublin, not Ireland, but Georgia. And so we ended up down here, and now we've been referred to yet another church down here in Paris, Florida. So kind of a cool thing that God gave us this as a gift. But at the end of the day, now here's what I want you to kind of stay focused on this part. 3 165-inch screens, 3 laser projectors. We have not 1, not 2, but 11 smart 4K TVs going throughout the entire place. We've got Wi-Fi, we've got security going throughout the place. All digital, all streaming. Everything's gonna be bar none, best of the best. So when I flip past this, the next time you see it, it'll be a finished product. We're gonna come down and film when everything's in place and folks are in here worshiping. But look how beautiful this place is. This place is absolutely perfect. Paris, Florida is fixing to be serving God the powerful way. Awesome. All right, listen, thank you for watching the show. And if you haven't turned it yet, because you found what you needed, now you're making that phone call to somebody at our store to figure out what you want to get from us. I dig that. I love that about you. But if you're still on this is kind of where I thank you for the time. I want to thank you for the time. It's important to me to do what we do. We love it. I live and I had somebody say the other day, you must live and breathe what you do. I do. I'm very passionate about it. My brother's very passionate about it. And we the folks that are in our family, the Ken's family, they're passionate about it, right? The people that last, that work for us, the people that last over and over and long years after years, are the people that are passionate about music and passionate about video and passionate about serving others. I think that's very important to be who we are. My social media is coming up right here, and these, you can go to our YouTube channel or Ken's _ AV for Instagram, and we've got Facebook and all that, where we're constantly updating pictures just to give you good ideas. And matter of fact, my phone number will come up right here. Text me if you have an idea or you'd like me to come do a design for you, or if you just have, hey, look, I was thinking about doing this. I had a guy call me the other day and says, hey, I got a 1976 Monte Carlo, and immediately I went, whoa, okay, you got my attention. All right, can I buy it? But he said, I'm just trying to get a good idea for sound. Well, my love for that era of cars was very easy for me to design a system for him, and in that moment, he was a little bit overthinking it. You know, it really needed to be more about clean power and placement of speakers instead of multiplying 16 speakers inside the vehicle. And we kind of came up with a good plan. So I put that out there to let you know that, you know, yeah, we're here to sell you some products. I don't want that to sound cheesy the way I said that, but more important, we're here to have a relationship, a long-term relationship. We won't let you buy what you can't use. We don't want you to buy what you can't use because you won't use it, and that doesn't do either one of us any good. So kind of important to be a part of the family. That's why we want to be a part with you. Now, if you have an issue, I've talked about this. If you have an issue, something didn't go quite right, I put my name and phone number out there. My brother has his name online as well, where you can reach out. We want you to have a good experience. I do ask and pray that, you know, don't go to social media to blast somebody right there out of the and not give us a fair shot to make it right. You know, so we goof, okay? We're literally God-serving human beings, so there are mistakes that can be made, but we will make it right, and you have my word on that. I'm gonna leave you with this. In 1 Thessalonians 5:17, it's 2 words. So I'm gonna make it super easy. Pray continually. Pray continually. I love it. Pray continually. If you're a God server and you're a God believer, then you already know this. You know that praying is where it's at. If you're not, I just ask and pray that you just pray to a God that you want to know. That's how I learned how to know Him. I started praying to a God that I kind of knew existed because my dad used to take me to church when I was young, but pray continually. It doesn't mean it's going to be answered today, but it does mean that if it's in His name, if you're glorifying His name in what you're asking for, that you will receive it. You will receive it. God bats 1,000. God bats 1,000. Pray continually. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. An IP-driven camera, right? So over Ethernet, there. And we have a small friend that's trying to eat me alive. God, stop! Good gracious. Okay. Cut. Porsche 911 Turbo with the craziest. Crazy. Start over, ready? Why do we keep watching Fast and Furious all day?